Hi guys, welcome to week 9. This video is just going to walk you through some of the lessons that I want you to study this week and then your major assignment. Before I go through all of that, I just want to note that I haven't started grading your 111 paper or your Essay 1 papers yet. I'm going to be working on that this week, and I'm grading about 3 a day. That's about what I have time for. So you'll be receiving emails with your video feedback for your essay. I'm probably going to go through, I'll put comments all through your essays, but in your video I'll probably talk about any formatting that needs to be corrected, and then also strengths and weaknesses, and I'll let you go over the individual comments kind of on your own, and of course if you have questions, please get back to me with that. So that's what you can be on the lookout for this week. It'll take me, I'll grade 3 per day up until Sunday. So some of you will get your grades in Monday, some of you will get your grades in on Sunday. So just kind of be checking Blackboard every couple of days and check your email as well. And I'll also be grading your discussion boards this week. Those won't take me very long because I don't really need to do any video feedback for that. And then also I'm pretty much grading them on completion just because most of it's just opinionated and things like that. So as long as you're doing the work, you'll get a great grade for this discussion board assignment. I'll be reading through everybody's ideas and just kind of mulling them over. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the lessons that I want you to study this week. This week there's 4 lessons for you to study, so I'm going to check out the learning timeline and due dates. Again, we're in week 9, so that starts on Monday, April 9th. And the first lesson that I want you to check out is the Mla Recaps Lesson. Now this is the exact same content as was in the MLA lesson in the previous unit. So if you feel very confident about MLA, you can just kind of skim through these things. Don't spend too much time working on this lesson because most of it's, all of it's identical to what you've already learned. But, if there's something that you're struggling with, citations or something like that, now is the time to kind of go back and refresh your memory for these ideas. So this one should be a quick lesson to get through. There's a bunch of information in MLA, but you shouldn't have to spend too much time with it because you've already learned it. Citation Generators has an extra credit activity. It's just basically asking you to create a citation using Citation Generator and check on the accuracy of that citation. So there's extra credit there. The extra credit is due at the end of this unit. So that's May, I think that's May 10th. I'm not sure about that. Let me see if it's on this schedule. May 6th. Okay, so due Sunday, May 6th. So you do have some time to do that extra credit, but if you wanted to get it done. I know some of you have been asking me about extra credit. A lot of you have been asking, and some of you are doing extra credit, some of you aren't. So it doesn't matter, it's extra credit, you don't have to do it. Then we're going to be talking about exemplification, which is a mode of writing, a style of writing. In our textbook, there's going to be a reading out of Back to the Lake, and then we'll also talk about fine-tuning the thesis statements. I strongly encourage you to make sure that you're spending some time with this lesson, fine-tuning the thesis, because I think it's really going to help you come up and craft a solid thesis statement for your final essay in this unit, which is the Digital Culture and Technology unit. This lesson also contains a progress journal assignment. So for those of you who did the progress journals, step by step in the last unit, you might have found that to be helpful for you in kind of just starting your paper. But some of you maybe waited until the progress journal was due to complete it, and maybe that worked for you. But maybe some of you are feeling like, oh, I wish I would have actually done the thesis when she first assigned it. So I'm definitely going to encourage you to take it step by step, and here's your first, or I guess this is really your second progress journal because you had your brainstorm last week, but go ahead and make sure you're getting caught up on those things as well. So the assignment that's due this week is the response. Just like in our last unit, after we had a discussion board assignment, we also had a response. So I'm just going to jump back a page and go down to the assignment so that I can talk a little bit about the prompt, and then I want to go over the rubric with you. So here, if I click into the response assignment, I'm going to skip reviewing the assignment sheet because I don't really think I need to review it for this assignment. And then I'm going to jump down into the response. So what I want you to do is pick one of these 4 prompts. I do not want you to answer all 4 of the prompts. I want you to only pick one. This is going to make sure that your response has a focus and is just specifically discussing one argument. So each one of these responses is based on one of the readings for one of the required readings for this unit. You'll Never Learn by Annie Murphy-Paul, The Art of Finding by Clive Thompson, The Influencing Machines by Brooke Gladstone, illustrated by Josh Newfield, and Deactivated by Ethan Kupperberg. All of these prompts are text-based, so that means that you are really understanding what's going on in the text and you are responding with your own opinions to whatever option you choose. For example, option 1. In her text, Paul cites one expert who says young people's technology use is really about quelling anxiety. Do some research on media use and abuse by Generation M2 and write an argumentative response supporting or disagreeing with this observation. So again, you might either agree or disagree with the fact that the reason young people use technology is in order to kind of calm their anxieties. Is that true? Is that not true? Do a little bit of research to answer that question. What do you think about it? It's fine for you to use I think or in my opinion in this response. However, I would strongly encourage you to try to avoid that because in your final paper, you will not be allowed to use those types of the phrases and that language. So if you go ahead and practice with avoiding that now, maybe if you struggle with it, you can email me and we can talk more about it, or you can just start to get in your head that you don't want to be using those types of phrases. So pick one of the readings, pick one of these prompts that you want to respond to. Again, please do not respond to all 4. I only want you to respond to one. You will have to format it in MLA and make sure that you have a works cited page, and then it will be graded based on this rubric. So I'm looking at formatting, I'm looking at in-text citations. Make sure that you have at least 550 words, and I'll take off 1 point per 50 words that is short. Make sure that your argument is logical. This is probably the bulk of where you're getting these ideas. So if you're going to, agree or disagree with what's being stated in the text, you want to make sure that you're really making sense of it. And then you want to have supporting details. So those supporting details aren't just going to come from your brain and what you think. They really need to also come from the text, or if you're doing any outside research, for example, with the prompts that I showed you, it does say that you could do a little bit of research. So can you bring in something to support your ideas? If you're saying, yes, I agree with this, here's why I agree, but here's also some supporting research to back up the fact that I'm correct in my, comment or my claim here. I also want you to make sure that, even though this is a low stakes response, you should have properly formatted paragraphs. So make sure you're starting your paragraphs with topic sentences that states the main idea of that sentence. Transition into some context in your supporting detail and make sure you conclude that paragraph by connecting back to the main idea. If your ideas flow and they're logical, that's kind of how I am grading this section. And then of course I'm also going to be grading for grammar, very low stakes, only 3 points here. Do you have grammar errors or do you not have grammar errors? And so you'll get some points based on that. So check out the rubric if you want to just kind of review some of these things in more detail. But this is the prompt. Again, please only pick one. You do not have to respond to all 4, and you should write at least 2 paragraphs, but make sure that you have a minimum of 550 words for your response. Your response is due on Sunday, April 15th. By the way, that's tax day. If you haven't done your taxes yet, make sure you do this. And it's due by midnight on the 15th. So please make sure that you're getting all the stuff turned in. I think we only have 4 weeks left, so there's only a month left of class. Yay, we're almost to the end. I know we're just starting this new unit, but we really are almost finished with the semester. So if you guys have any questions, please, as always, do not hesitate to email me. Hopefully those of you who've emailed me before have felt like I'm helping you in my response, and hopefully you can attest to the fact that I really don't mind if you ask me any question, really any question at all. All right, y'all. I think this covers everything for week 9, so I hope that you have a good week, and let me know if you need me.